It's the most wonderful time of the year. Goodreads Choice Awards. Hello friends, I'm going to be doing the video I do every single year where I read the Goodreads Choice Awards mystery thriller category, and I'm so excited. It lights my life on fire. I am very much looking forward to reading the books that are nominated in the Goodreads mystery thriller category. I have predicted what I think will be nominated, but we shall see how accurate those predictions are. And yeah, without further ado, this video is going to be long anyway. Shall we just get into the reading vlog of reading all these books, seeing what wins at the end? I'm just so excited. This is my Christmas. This is my Christmas. I am so excited. So shall we go find out what has made it into the top 20? Let's go. It's time. It's time. Oh my god, I'm not... Sorry, I'm so annoying. I'm not capable of speaking. It's time. The nominees for the 2024 Goodreads Choice Awards have been released, and I'm about to go look at the mystery thriller category and see what is nominated. As of now, I'm not sure. I'll at least read the top 10. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to read a bit more or read the top 20. I'm unsure right now. But let's go find out what maybe this will decide. If I have to read 3 Freida McFadden's, it's top 10.
I can't do it. My heart is saying no.
I really don't think I can do that. Yeah, they got released. I saw it 6:30 this morning when I woke up and I could not go back to sleep. If you missed my predictions video, these are what I predicted would be the top 20. I got 11 right last year. I'm trying to beat that this year. I've got to try and not look because I'm looking at the rest of the categories of my patrons in a live show later and I don't want to get spoiled. So I'm just going to click on that, cast my vote, and mystery thriller, and then I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Ooh, let's look at the top 20 and then we'll see. We'll count how many I've got right. Okay, I'm not looking at the screen yet. I feel sick. Okay. 3 of those I predicted. Thank God the God of the Woods is there, because that's my patron book club pick, because we're reading a Goodreads Choice Awards mystery thriller nominee. I cannot believe this is here. I can't believe I'm going to have to read this. Only 16,000 rating. When did this come out? Are you having a giggle? Oh, okay, it only just came out. So, Hidden Pictures won horror last year before. It was transphobic. I remember people saying that. So I'm not very excited to read this at all. I can't believe, I'm very, very surprised this made it. I mean, it only came out in October, but it hasn't got a great average rating. I'm surprised that's made it. But... Not a surprise. They were all of those 3 were in my top 10 predictions. So no surprises there. I'm glad the mystery guest is there. I was worried because it came out in November 2023, but in this year's eligibility. So I'm glad that made it. Okay, next one. Richard Osman. Sarah Pekkanen made it. I really didn't think Sarah Pekkanen was going to make it. Thank God, Richard Osman. Okay, another 3 I got correct. Riley Sager's going to be there. Rachel Hawkins going to be... I cannot believe this made it. I can't believe this made it. I'm shooketh. I really didn't think she was going to make it. Okay, next round. Okay, Darling Girls made it. I should have predicted that. I'm so glad I shot. This was a shot in the dark. This was a shot in the dark that The Night We Lost Him was going to make it. I just thought she had to. The rating, the average rating, you don't think it should make it, but she won mystery thriller like 3 years ago. First Eye Wins could win. We haven't seen a Freida McFadden yet, and we're 12 books in. And I'm so glad the return of Ellie Black made it. I predicted that. So how many? I've got 3 again. I'm a genius. Oh my god, we've already got 9. I'm going to beat my record from last year. Oh my god. I should have picked Darling Girls. I don't think Stacey Willingham will be nominated. I think I should have cut that. And maybe The Last Murder in the Rod. I just feel like they want something speculative though. There's nothing else here that's speculative. Anyways, let's keep scrolling. I'm feeling pretty happy about this. Watch it be like 4 Freida McFaddens, even though she's only got 3 books. Well, no, she's got a novella out. It could be just 4 Freida McFaddens next. Oh, I think we're going to have 3 Freida McFaddens. Okay. I predicted 2 of these. So we've already neck and neck with my predictions from last year. I predicted The Teacher by Freida McFadden. We're going to have 3 Freida McFaddens. Okay. Is it by an author of colour? Is this them trying to add some... Yes, okay. Well, I'm glad they've done that. I'm glad they've done that. because mystery thriller is just such a wide genre. It makes me, I went on a whole spiel about this in my predictions video, but it makes me angry. So I'm glad they've put this in. Oh, we're gonna have 3 Frida McFadden's though, because the housemaid is watching is gonna be here. Oh my god, why? There's so many better books. Okay, is this the last one? How many have we had? 4, 8, 12, 16. This is the last row. Okay. Oh, I should have put How to Solve Your Murder. Society of Lies. I'm glad this made it. I'm intrigued. Again, a low rating. Okay, The Midnight Feast, I predicted. And Listen for the Lie, I predicted. So I got 13 right. So what didn't make it? Did anything from my top... The Housemaid is Watching hasn't made it?
I can't believe that. I actually can't believe that.
Holy shit! It won last year. That's crazy. So we've only got 2 Frida McFaddens. Okay. I'm glad I gave this 4 stars. This is the only one I've read, because I try not to read books I think are going to be nominated. So, anything else that I put in my top 10 has not been nominated? No, just The Housemaid is Watching. In terms of what I put in my top 20, Ruth Ware hasn't been nominated. I need to stop putting Ruth Ware in my nominations, because the past 2 years she's fucking done me dirty. Leanne Moriarty hasn't been nominated. Night Watching hasn't been nominated, and Kate As Marshall hasn't been nominated, and Stacey Willingham hasn't been nominated, and Stuart Turton hasn't been nominated. Okay, 13's not bad. I'm happy with 13. I improved on last year. I should have put Darling Girls in there, and maybe I should have put How to Solve Your Murder in there to get another mystery in there. Okay, that's a Gagatondra. I cannot believe The Housemaid is Watching is not nominated. Okay, friends, well, I'll see you when I start reading for this video. I don't know how many I'm going to try and read. I'm already not interested in reading this. It may be just a top 10 job. I don't know yet. I'm going to start probably by reading ones I think will be top 10, like Lucy Foley, First Light Wins, Riley Sager, Nita Prose, God of the Woods. Like, these are all things I think are going to be top 10. I think the top 10's pretty dead set. Well, this is fascinating. I cannot believe... The biggest gag is The Housemaid is Watching is not nominated. That is a gag. Wow. Okay. Bloody hell. I can't believe
2 weeks later.
I'm sick. Hello, friends. Usually by this point in the video, I would have started reading for this. I would have begun reading. However, I've been sick for like the past week, 5 days, something around that. And I was supposed to start reading this probably about 4 days ago. It hasn't happened. So unfortunately, we're in the same place as we were when we found out the top 20 to find out the top 10. And what we're hoping to achieve is going to change somewhat. Usually I try to finish all the books before the vote closes so I can vote for what I think is best. That probably won't happen because when does the vote close? Sunday? Saturday? Sunday. The vote closes on Sunday. It's Tuesday. So that's not the aim of the game. The aim of the game is to finish the books before the winner's announced. But the top 10 has just been announced, which is what I'm going to be reading. I decided I'm only reading the top 10 because so many of the books aren't available in the UK. And I can get them. I do have someone on the inside if I need to get them from the US. But I just think it's more realistic to read the top 10. It's what I always do anyway. I was just shooting big this year. Sorry that I sound like shit. So anyways, we're going to start reading for this today or tomorrow. So should we go find out what top 10 we're reading? I'm not going to look at any other category because I'm looking at them tonight with my patrons. Okay, Home is Where the Bodies Are made it. I wasn't sure. That wasn't my top 10 predictions. So I got all of those. All 4 of those were in my top 10 prediction. Okay, I'm happy about, well, The Teacher. I've been hearing things about The Teacher. Some of my patrons are reading all the top 20 or top 10. They've been reading The Teacher and they've been saying it's the worst book they've ever read in their entire life. So I'm a little bit nervous for that, but I'm okay with the rest. You know, Rich Osman, I'm so happy he made it. Lucy Foley's gonna be here. Both Fridas made it. Listen, I'm okay with that because they're quick reads. I'm gonna read them both. However, that does mean her vote could be split and she might not win and First Lie Wins might win. So how many of those did I get? I got Listen to the Lie, I got First Lie Wins. I'm gonna count all the colours dark because I predicted it. She wasn't top 10, but I did predict it. So by my calculations, we've only got 2 spots left and we've got Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose, and The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. So one of them hasn't made it. It must be 2 out of those 3. Let's have a look. Holy shit. Okay, well, that's good for me because I've read one of the books. I've read How to Solve Your Own Murder, so I will give you a review for that at some point. I'm shook that both Middle of the Night, but Riley Sager didn't make it, And The Mystery Guest, which the first book won 2 years ago, didn't make it. And that had a lot of ratings. It had like 120,000 ratings, maybe even more. I think it had a lot of ratings. Shit. Okay, The God of the Woods. I'm glad The God of the Woods made it because that's my patron book club, so I had to read that anyway. Okay, so wait, did I predict? I didn't even predict How to Solve a Murder would make top 20. That was kind of a mistake of mine. 8 of the top 10 I predicted would be nominated. The ones I didn't predict was the Freedom McFadden. I didn't predict The Boyfriend. I predicted The Housemaid Is Watching in its place. And I didn't predict How to Solve Your Own Murder. Oh my god. I can't believe both at Middle of the Night and The Mystery Guest didn't make top 10. That's crazy.
Gaga-chandra.
Okay, out of the 9 I have to read, I own 3, unless I'm forgetting anything. I own The Midnight Feast, The God of the Woods, and We Solve Murders. In terms of what I want to start with, I do want to read the books I think I'm most likely to vote for first, right? So I'd like to read Rich Osman, I'd like to read First Light Wins, maybe All the Colours of Dark to prioritise. Maybe we'll read Leave the Fridas for later, because I'm not going to vote for them. But I think I want to start with the Lucy Foley because I don't necessarily think I'm going to vote for this, but I do think it will get me in to reading easily. Lucy Foley, I am a Lucy Foley apologist, defender, whatever you want to call it. I have given The Guest List 5 stars, one of my favourite mysteries ever. I mean, it was one of the first formative books for me, but I also gave The Paris Apartment 5 stars, and I know not a lot of people love that, but I did. So I think I'm going to start with this. Even though I haven't had great things, I think it's what I need to get us going in the video. So we're going to start there. I'm going to go get my hands on all the books I don't own yet, and we'll go from there. Oh my god, I can't believe Riley Sager didn't make it, and I can't believe Nita Prose didn't make it. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, I'll see you probably once I've read The Midnight Feast. I'm very excited to dive in. Oh my goodness, guys. I love doing this video every year. It's so fun. I'm having so much fun.
We're so excited to be here, seriously. We're like, this is the dream.
Now, please ignore, we've had a travesty. I don't know what Barnes & Noble are putting in their stickers. I cannot get this off. And what I have gotten off has left awful glue, so just ignore that. Ignore that, it's a travesty. But I'm having so much fun reading The Midnight Feast. I love this video, I love it. I love reading mystery thrillers, I love it. I love it. God, isn't life great? Anyways, yeah, I'm reading The Midnight Feast. I'm halfway through. I'm having so much fun. So basically, all you need to know about this is it's set at a posh hotel that's been opened up in Dorset, and it's very like rich London money. Like, I don't know, just like health is a big thing in this. Like, we'll talk about that later, but like Soho farmhouse kind of vibe. I don't know if many of you international people know what I'm talking about. And with Eddie Lucy Foley, we're following multiple perspectives. We're following the founder, the husband, the mystery guest, the kitchen help. So a little bit less perspectives. I feel like often she has like 6 or 7. So a little bit less perspectives in this one. But we're following the grand opening of this hotel, and we're also following a couple days in the future when a body, classic Lucy Foley, is found on the beach. And we don't know who the body is yet. Very similar to The Guest List. I'm just having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Lucy Foley does rich people so well. When you read a Lucy Foley book, you're gonna get horrible rich people. You're gonna get horrible rich people that you don't mind dying, and I love it. And she does it so well. And I feel like she's plotting the course of annoying things that rich people, like trends that they buy into, very well. So like in this one, like I said, health is a big thing. So like meditation, yoga, but even more than that, like sea moss and like I don't know, all the kind of vitamins they take, doing IV drips, like this, because I think like a sign of wealth now is like perception of health, and like, I don't know, I think she does a very good job of plotting what is a sign of wealth, what rich people are buying into to try and show off, you know, when you can buy everything, what's like the next level, and like being healthy, being completely healthy, being like radiating the sun from within is it. I'm loving the multiple perspectives. She does multiple perspectives so well. And often the way that she writes these perspectives, it's like they're almost talking directly to the reader. It feels like at moments they're like taking you in the corner of a room to tell you a secret they don't want anyone else to know, and like admitting their darkest secrets and like justifying them to you, and like this person you just met at a party you don't really know. I'm just having so much fun. I think the mystery is so interesting. There's like secrets on the past. I will just say certain people, and it's not just, you know, I don't want you to think I'm spoiling the perspectives here. There's lots of characters that we have outside of perspectives, but like certain people who knew each other like 15 years ago, not recognizing each other is a little bit sus. It's a little bit sus. I'm like, oh, Lucy, you know, that's a little bit. I'm not sure I believe in that. But I'm just having so much fun. I don't know if it's quite a 5-star yet, but I think there's something about reading from an author you've given 5 stars multiple times before and just coming back to their writing. It's just so easy. It's just so fun. It requires no brain power. So at the very least, it's a very, very, very strong 4. Like, very strong 4. Like, I don't think it will go below a 4, touch wood. Like, for me, once you get to a 3.5 and lower, I start not wanting to read the book and, like, having to force myself to read because there's other stuff I could be doing that's more fun than that. Whereas a 4 and above, like, I'm completely in. Like, this is the first time I've felt in a while where, like, I know I felt like this with the Reformatory, but, like, I just really don't want to put this book down. And also I'm reading this without an audiobook, which I have not done in like the entire month. So that's really it. I'm doing it without an audiobook and I don't want to put it down. Like I'm reading, guys. I'm reading fun. So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. I love Lucy Foley. This one hasn't got the highest average rating. And I'm a Lucy Foley defender. I'm a Lucy Foley defender till I die. So I'm literally gonna go finish it now in the next couple of hours. So I'll see you in a little bit. But she just does horrible rich people so well. So well, and I'm loving the Dorset setting. I'm loving this hotel. Oh, it's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun. So we're off to a good start with this video. Okie dokie, we are off to a good start for the first book of this vlog. I'm gonna give Midnight Feast a solid 4-star. There's a lot I enjoyed about it. I can understand from the ending why some people don't like it and find it a little bit unsatisfying. But I think I was just so brought into it by that point. I read the ending fairly quickly. I'm not really thinking about the ending, if I'm honest with you. I think there's a lot to enjoy about this. I think it's most similar to the guest list of previous Lucy Foley books. One thing about Lucy Foley is she's going to give you a setting. She's going to give you a location.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you know, you know. If you don't know, like, I honestly feel bad for you. Like,
all of her books are based on a very vivid location, like the hotels in both the guest list and this one, or the apartment block in the Paris apartment. And all of them are very vivid in terms of the culture of the location also that they're in. She just does the location so well. The hunting party also is a ski lodge in this, like, snowy place. I don't remember where it is, but she does location very, very well. And I think that's something that really sets her apart for me. Like, she gives me a vivid place to picture in my brain, and I appreciate that. I also think you have to just accept if you're reading a Lucy Foley, you're here for fun. We're here for fun. We're having a fun time. We're being a bit silly. We're being a bit over the top. We're being a bit exaggerated, and that's okay, right? This isn't serious. This isn't like, you know, we're not supposed to sit and ponder and think about it. We're just gonna, you know, have a silly fun time. And I love the perspectives, the flicking between perspectives are so interesting. So I've now given Lucy Foley 2 5-stars, 1 2-star, that was maybe a bit harsh, and 1 4-star. So I still prefer the guest list in the Paris apartment. A lot of people don't love the Paris apartment, but for me, it just had this midpoint twist that completely upended the rest of the book in such a fun way. Whereas this one, the twists were good, but they weren't great, you know? So in terms of the ranking, because we're going to rank all the books in this video, in comparison to How to Solve Your Own Murder, which I will give you a review for at some point, but I also gave that 4 stars. I think I'll put this above that, just because I'm a Lucy Foley defender. No, I think there's something about the setting of this. Although the ending doesn't quite satisfy everything and is a little bit strange in some parts, I just think it pulls it off. I think it pulls it off. So, good start, guys. 4-star out the back. Is there anything else I want to say about this? The birds are interesting.
Everyone's a what?
Like a pigeon.
Pigeon?
Yeah, they're like pigeons that give you news, but I forgot.
A pigeon carrier.
Yeah, they're all pigeon carrier.
That makes me giggle. There were a few lines in this that I just thought, you have giggled to yourself writing that, Lucy. You've gone hee. Also, it's interesting. I'm reading the US edition because I much prefer the US cover, even though I'm gonna find a way to get rid of that because that cannot remain. There's certain English references in this. I'm surprised they didn't just change that a little bit for the US one. Like, someone said, I'm sweating more than Bojo waiting for a paternity test. Firstly, if you're not English, do you know who Bojo is? It's Boris Johnson. So firstly, you could say, like, I'm sweating like Boris Johnson waiting for a paternity test. But do you guys know the joke? Because he's, like, got 20,000 hidden kids that we doesn't know about. I don't know. I just think there was a few references in this that, like, made sense to me. But I'm like, if you're American, would you understand that? I don't know. So anyway, first book, well, it's technically second book, but first book of the vlog down. I have now gotten my hands on, oh dear, one fell off, all 8 books that we're going to be reading in this vlog. It is Friday night. The vote closes at 8 AM on Monday, so basically Sunday. I'm going to aim to read, like, 3 more this weekend. That's the aim. We Solve Murders is definitely going to be one of them because I want to read that before, because I'll probably vote for it. I think, though, I want an audiobook one, and I won't listen to the audiobook for Richard Osman. Even though everyone loves them, I read him physically. It's just the way I do it. So, not Frida McFadden, obviously. I think I want to pick up First Lie Wins next, my prediction for what's going to win, because I want to know what I think of this before the vote closes. I'm very excited. I'm thinking of picking this one up. I should probably also read, I feel like, one of the more literary ones before the vote closes. I also want to read Listen for That. I just want to read them all other than Frida McFadden, to be honest with you. I'm quite excited for all these books. So I'm going to make a start with First Lie Wins. I don't actually really know the plot of this. I think it's like Mistaken Identity or something. I'm excited. I've never read anything by Ashley Elston, I don't believe. So we'll see. I'll check with you all halfway through, but I think this is going to be a very quick, popcorny, can't put down read. I'm excited. Hello cuties, it is the next morning. I'm a little bit under, we're just about to go out, so that's why I'm checking in now. A little bit under halfway through. I'm about 150 pages through First Lie Wins. I'm not sure what I think of this one, if I'm entirely honest with you. I'm not sure what I'm making of it. So what can I tell you about this one? We're following Evie Porter, who is seemingly living a perfect life, but Evie Porter does not exist. And it is a... What do you know at the start? What's the spoiler? It's a fake identity. It's a fake identity, and she's there on a job. You don't really know why, but you know that she's got this fake identity with a boyfriend. She's moving in with him, and it's because it's something to do with her work. So it's kind of like spy, espionage.
So I decided to go and investigate it.
But we're going flashbacks to her past life and like her finding it difficult to separate the job from her life and what she wants in her life. And so I've been predicting this is going to win, right? I've been going, yeah, I think this is going to win. I want this to win. I want this to win over Frida. I don't want Frida to win. Do I want this to win? Do I think this screams winner? No, I do not. No, I do not. I think I'm probably coming into it with that perspective. Like, do I think this screams winner to me? No. I don't. Loser! I don't know. There's something about... It's not bad, but I'm not gagging. Like, it's not great either. I think the tone of voice that it's written in and that our main character Evie is talking in is very unemotional because of the nature of what is happening, because it's the nature of it being her job. And I just don't know if that means I'm connecting to the story. I'm definitely intrigued. This is like thriller. It's a thriller. And I think I don't read these kind of thrillers. I read mysteries or mystery thrillers, right? This is a thriller. And it's just not something that is my probably personal preference. I don't really like domestic thrillers. This is like kind of little spy ex-domestic thriller. Because you've got like the whole, the what's going on with her boyfriend, fake boyfriend, he doesn't know it's fake, is a big part of the plot as well. Yeah, I'm just finding it a little bit average. A little bit average. It's not bad, but it's average currently, in my opinion. And part of that is due to my personal taste, but I just don't, like, when I read this, I'm like, why has this got, like, I don't know, 500,000 ratings or something? Like, why? Why are we all picking this book up? Why do we want to read this? Give me a reason. Why would you... It's readable. It's very readable. Like, I'm flying through it, right? I don't want to put it down. So there's mixed... I think it's going to take me to finish this to really see what I think of it. So we're going to go for a walk now, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook on the walk, which is something I never do, but I'm committed to trying to read as many books as I can this weekend. So we'll see. It's a very quick read, but... There's something at the moment I can't put my finger on that I think might be bothering me a little bit. Okay, I finished First Lie Wins, and this was just unbelievably mid to me. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's particularly good either. The positives of this were it's fairly inoffensive. I read it so fast. It wasn't, difficult to read fast. I was enjoying my time reading it. I was speeding through it, but I don't think it does anything particularly notable. I think all of its twists towards the end don't feel satisfying. And the most egregious part, the part that outrages me, is that it shies away from bolder riskier twists, but it teases you with them. And I'm like, just do it. Just do it. Don't tease me with that. Do it. But, you know, they're the kind of twist that would make, I guess, more people dislike the book. And I feel like it wants to stay as palatable as it possibly can. And so it shies away from them and doesn't do them. And so you just end up feeling a bit like, okay. I didn't feel, a lot of this is flashbacks. I didn't find them particularly interesting. But I don't think it's bad. The writing's okay. The character's okay. I just don't think I like spy stuff. I didn't find this particularly, I didn't get attached to any of the characters. I didn't feel for any relationships in this. I didn't feel like the stakes were particularly high at any point, even though they were. It just feels very mid. It just feels very middle of the road. Like, I enjoyed reading it, but do I think there's anything I can point to in this that was like, wow, you did that really well? No. And I just don't really have any feelings towards it. Like, I actually don't have anything more to say to you about this book because it just felt so, just middle of the road. I feel very ambivalent towards it. I feel like, well, I certainly read that. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. So that puts it at the bottom of our ranking so far, which I don't think it will stay there. And I do think this will win, even though that makes me sad, because it's kind of just like, I don't even see this as emblematic of what the current mystery thriller landscape is, you know? At least what I usually want to win, even, well, not want to win, but like there's some part of my brain that if the book that wins is like emblematic of the current trends in the mystery thriller genre, then yeah, okay. Like when mystery was having a really big moment in The Maid, for example, by Nita Prose won. Whereas this just feels a bit like your average thriller that also could have been published 10 years ago when like Gone Girl won. I don't know. In terms of what I'm going to start next, I may change my mind about this because I do have a pretty bad headache and this is the kind of book that I want to read at the perfect moment, but I think maybe it's time for We Solve Murders. If I want to read this before the vote closes, which I do, maybe it's time. But also, I don't feel very well. I have a bad headache. And so I don't know whether this is the answer. I may toy around with starting one of the other ones I bought around here with me, but we shall see. So I'll let you know when I'm halfway through whatever I start next, but maybe this is what I need right now. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure, but yes. I thought we were going for a really good start with Midnight Feast, but this one was disappointing. Okay, let me give you a little review of How to Solve Your Own Murder, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember a lot of this. I've just watched my review, and I'm like, wow. Gag, I don't remember that.
I don't remember, love. I don't remember at all. I really don't. It was an awful long time ago.
So maybe this is a little bit forgettable, but I did enjoy this. I gave it 4 stars. So essentially, our main girlie travels to see her great aunt, who since the 1960s has been convinced someone is going to murder her. A fortune teller told her, someone's going to murder you, babes. And she has spent her entire life, this great aunt, putting together documents and data and theories on who is going to murder her. And our main girlie turns up. Frances is dead, babes. She's been murdered. And so this book is her trying to figure out who did it. And for the most part, it is a quaint, cozy, little English town murder mystery. It's fun. I had a really fun time reading this. I think there were flashbacks in the 1960s, but I think they were done well, so it didn't annoy me. It's not really split timeline. It's like 2/3 and a third timeline, you know what I mean, with the flashbacks. I don't remember it. That's bad. Also, I think I read a lot of quaint English town murder mysteries and they do kind of blur into one, right? But reading them is fun because it's comforting and it's cozy and it's cutesy. I will say, one thing I do remember and reason I didn't give it more than a 4 was the main girlie, what is actually her name? Annie. She realises things too easily.
Like the year of just realizing stuff and everyone around me were all just like realizing things.
Like, I don't know how she does it. She comes to realizations and puts links together in a way that doesn't make sense and is just to drive the plot along. Like she'll something will happen, she'll say, that means this person did this, and I'm like, I'm not following. How are you jumping to that conclusion? And so it did feel like some of the clues or the plot wasn't laid very well, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I had a fun time. I actually don't know how much to take to you because I don't remember it, but it was a 4. It was a strong 4. Some of these books, I probably won't remember in 6 months the plot of them. Listen for the Lie, will I be able to do the plot of that? Oh, you haven't seen me read that yet, but you will. And will I be able to do the plot of that? Probably not. So it's good, it's fun. I would recommend it if you're looking for a quaint English mystery. I'm probably going to continue with the series, but It's actually a little bit concerning. I mean, also, I have just been consuming so many mystery thrillers at the moment that my brain is kind of done. But, yeah, it is what it is. So let's get into the rest of me actually reading the books, because they're a lot more fresh in my brain. Okay. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to give you all the thoughts I have thunked, because I've just been reading it, I've been so into it, and I probably should have written down my thoughts, but I haven't because I want to stop reading it, and I have got a stonking headache, so my thoughts aren't quite there, but I love it. 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 I love Richard Osman. I love Richard Osman. My dying breath is going to be, I love Richard Osman. I love him. I love him. I don't even know where to begin.
Very excellent. Fantastic. Beautiful. Supremely talented. Brilliant. Tremendous. Very brilliant. Very brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic.
So the plot of this, if you don't know, is we're following Amy and Steve, who are father-in-law and daughter-in-law. She works for this, like, almost like a bodyguard, private security kind of company. And he is her father-in-law. He's an ex-cop. And clients from her security company start dying. And it looks like someone's trying to frame her as being involved in it. And it's an escapade from there. And I love them. I love Amy and Steve. I love them so much. The way that Richard Osman does heart and love, the way that we care for each other, and the way that we adore each other, and the way that we show love to each other.
Beautiful piece of television.
I love them. Amy's very emotionally stunted, emotionally guarded, and I just love her relationship with him, and the love for each other, and the way they like call each other every day to talk. And he is mourning the loss of his wife, and he like records messages for her. Like he walks around and records messages for his dead wife. Kill me now, Richard Osman. He does odd characters so well, and the plot. We're jet setting, baby. Very different to Thursday Night Club, where you're just like in this little quaint little town. We're like all over the place. Country, location, type of location. We get these little moments. You could have a character and a setting, right, that you spend maybe 3 chapters with the whole book. Bear in mind the chapters are like 2 pages, right? But you just spend these little moments here, there, and it's like a patchwork that he's weaving. And it's just so... I'm not doing a good job of describing to you how much I'm loving it. Am I loving it quite as much as the Third American Club? I don't know, but that's like a tall ask, but I'm having so much fun. It's more action thrillery, but still mystery. Still a murder mystery at the heart of it. It's still got murders, it's still a mystery about what's going on with them, but we're jet setting. Nothing matters except knowing nothing matters. I'm dancing through life with Richard Osman. I love this. Cheers. If I had to give you a 4-word review for this, it'd be, it's just so fun. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. Richard Osman brings fun. I like fun. You know, I like fun. I don't like happy books. I don't mean a lot of romance, whatever. But like Richard Osman, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be murders. There's gonna be. He has his finger on the pulse. The first chapter is about this influencer who's like, it made me laugh out loud. This influencer who's, because we'll get on to influencers in a second, who has finally had the amount of fame he wished he had his entire life. The notoriety Andrew Fairbanks had chased for so long was finally his. His name on lips around the world, trending on social media. And the comments beneath the photo, the heart emojis, the fire emojis, the lust. Some of the other comments might have dampened his spirits a little, however. Gone too soon. So fit. R.I.P. You find out this guy's dead. It's just the lead into that. I love the way he writes. And influencers. Influencers play a big role in this book. The people getting are influencers. And I have said recently I don't like books with influencers because they never get it right. And Richard Osman, of course he has the finger on the pulse. He gets it right. He's not over-explaining it to me. That's my often issue with influencers. They're like, oh, they write a caption and it gets likes and then brands like to work with them. It's showing there's Richard Osman just gets it. And not even like, listen, this isn't because I'm like, oh, I'm an influencer or whatever. Like, he's talking about fitness influencers or home influencers and like the little niches, the little context clues, the little what's what I'm looking for? Nuances of that particular niche of influencing. He gets. I'm dancing through life with you, Richard Osman. Catch me in Richard Osman. If none of you saw the clip I posted on my this is a tangent, my Instagram story of Camille Grammer season 1 Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but all of them in the club dancing, you know the clip, and it was Dancing Through Life played over it. Laying down to the dust ballroom. Guys, I'm gonna see Wicked probably twice more, but not this week, and it's killing me. I'm probably gonna see it twice next week, but not this week, and I just need it. I need it. It makes me feel things. Okay, I'm gonna go finish this book. I'm loving it. I am gonna go take my makeup off, get the room dark, maybe put a heated blanket on. So good morning. Although I have not finished We Solve Murders yet, it is time to vote. Shall we vote, everyone? Oh god, I have 7 minutes left to vote. Okay, let's go vote. So even though I have not finished We Solve Murders, and one of these other books I could really enjoy, I have to vote for We Solve Murders. Even though I haven't finished it, it's by far, even though I've read like half, it's by far my favourite book that I've read so far in this challenge. But we shall see whether I should have voted for anything else, whether there was anything else on this list that I could have loved, as much as I have loved We Solve Murders so far. So we'll see if I'm wrong. If anything, I think maybe The God of the Woods has a chance, maybe... God, I don't know. All the Colours of the Dark I've heard good things about, but we shall see. So I'll see once I finish We Solve Murders, but Richard Osman has my vote, and he probably, as long as he's nominated, always will. It's 5 stars. It's 5 stars. It's always gonna be 5 stars. It's going in at number 1 on our on our tier ranking of the nominees. I loved it. I was never not gonna love it. I think it would be really hard for Richard Osman to not get a 5 star from me now. Like, I know that's fighting words. I know, like, I'm tempting fate, but I just think he gets it. He gets what I want in a book. What else is there to say that I haven't said already? To be honest, Richard Osman, I just turn my brain off and I just let him do his thing nowadays. I'm just like, just take me with you. I love it. I love it so much.
It is brilliant American literature. And I don't care what anybody, it is. It should be taught in schools.
I think he could have a lot of fun with this book. I think this book's very funny. I mean, they're all very funny, actually. What am I saying? But this one was more funny than emotional, even though it did have some really important emotional moments between Steve and Amy's relationship, and also Steve with his deceased wife. But I just thought it was very funny, and the villains in this were it was very interesting to see who turned out to be villains and the way that he did that. He does the endings of books so well, where if you haven't read a Richard Osman book, what he's doing is it's very short chapters, like 2, 3 page, 4 page chapters. And you are going kind of back and forth between maybe like 3 different scenarios, 3 different locations, and one will sub out and another one will come in, and then, you know, another one, like, so you're constantly juggling and transferring in and out different locations. And so something will happen. One of those settings, one of the scenarios with our characters will leave on a cliffhanger, and then we'll go somewhere else. And it just keeps, I love that. I love that in books. It just keeps you wanting to read. He does, you know, all of these are connected. It's not split timeline. It's like, if it was going to be, if we're counting, it's like 20 timelines. But he juggles them all so well in making them feel interconnected and affecting one another, but also, you know, having separate storylines that you can flip between and use to increase the tension on one another. He's so funny. Richard Osman, this man's a genius. I love him. If you don't listen to his podcast is probably quite UK centric, so I'd probably only recommend it to UK people. The rest is entertainment. I love it. I just love him. Nothing to say, 10 out of 10, no notes. I really enjoy characters in this. I think there is a lot of characters though. I will say that. I think there's a lot of characters we get introduced to. If there was one character that I didn't like, I guess, attached to, I don't think I attached to Rosie, the author, in this as much as I could have done, perhaps, but there's so many interesting little minor characters with interesting morals, and everyone's imperfect. He said, what was his thing in the acknowledgements? Because I will read the acknowledgements if you're Richard Osman. You would have spotted in We Solve Murders that although the world is new, my brain remains the same. I think I mentioned Twix, Greggs, and Lee Child within the first 15 pages or so, which I imagine was a relief to us all. Like, he just does the mundane, human nature, what makes us tick, talking about fucking tipping point. I mean, if you're not American, do they keep that as tipping point? Do they explain tipping point? I know some international ones, there's like footnotes that double the length of the book because explaining like what Oliver Bonus is, or Greg's, or, you know, all these, or like, I don't know, tipping point, like all the examples. Anyways, I thought since I enjoyed a book so much, let's go to the opposite end. Let's pick up a Frida. I think it's time. We need to space them out, the two Fridas. And I am going to start with the one that I've heard the worst things about. And that is The Teacher. I've got a reading sprint to my patrons in like 2.5 hours. And I know a lot of them have hated this, so I think this is a good time to pick this up and probably read this with them. I'm just going to start reading now, though, so hopefully I'll get a good ways through. The plan is to finish this tonight. Listen, Frida, if anything, they're quick. They're quick books. That's what I'm relying on and looking forward to, this being quick. So I'm going to start it now, get halfway through. I don't know the plot, so we'll find out the plot together. I'll tell you the plot when I'm halfway through. But I just thought, yeah, we've enjoyed a book. Let's now... I mean, I've had people give this 1 star, 0 stars if they could in the Discord. Jessie, Jessie, if you're out there, Jessie told me it's like the worst, most diabolically awful book she's ever read. So... Let's start Frida, because we can't have joy for too long. So it appears I lost my first check-in clip talking about The Teacher. Maybe for the best.
Girl, the shade of it all.
I can't really remember what I said. Obviously, I got the second clip, which is the more important one. So I just want to give you the synopsis and like some brief thoughts that I think I remember from the halfway point. So in this, we're following two perspectives. We're following a teacher at a high school who is married to another teacher at the school, but they're kind of in a loveless marriage. And then we're following a student who last summer was accused of like having a relationship with a teacher. She said it didn't happen, but whatever happened meant that he got fired from the school, and now she is at the school as well. And I remember at the halfway point, things were just starting to get icky. Things were starting to get icky, and I didn't feel like at this point, I could already see that this was not handling the topic of student-teacher relationships very well. I think of books before that I've read that has handled that situation well. My Dark Vanessa, for example, where in that, she is believing that they had a genuine love and a genuine relationship, and you know, everyone else is wrong and he didn't do anything wrong, but it's written with nuance and intelligence that like you, the reader, know that the book is kind of condemning that whilst also making it uncomfortable because you don't agree with the main character, which you're kind of conditioned to do. This one, I felt like already at this midpoint, it was playing it for sensationalism and for thrillerness and for like, oh, there's a student-teacher relationship, the drama, you know what I mean? And I just don't appreciate that. I didn't hate it at the halfway point. I'm just gonna get into my second clip in a sec, but like, I was just bored. I was bored. It wasn't doing anything for me. It's a basic ass thriller. The teacher has an obsession with buying shoes for some reason. Whatever. Let's get into my second clip, because I actually can't remember what I thought of the first clip, because as you're about to see, the second half was incredibly traumatic for me. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure there's words for what I've just read. It's 1 star. It's 1 star.
This is torture. This is pain. And this is suffering.
It's horrific. I don't know. I don't want to spoil the ending here. Dina, you said you'd behave. I've let her be in the room while I'm filming and she just wants to cause havoc. And she told me she'd behave. She lay down like a good girl. As soon as I start filming, she's going to start messing stuff up. Anyway, you are. No, do not bite the lights. Tell everyone how naughty you are. I love you. We do love each other, but you can't... I'm going to go purr in with my mum and then I'll be back. Because you can't be here while we're filming. Tell them you love them and say bye-bye. Let's go. Okay, what is there to say about this? Pretty much what I was saying in the last clip, but it became on steroids in the second half of it just not handling this with any intelligence or care, right? This whole student-teacher relationship plotline, right, that this is kind of centered around. I think there's books out there that handle it with care, and there's books out there that handle it in a like philosophical, intelligent way, but perhaps not with care, right? This was neither of them. This was neither of them. This was neither of them. It was bottom of the barrel, unintelligent, portrayal of characters, portrayal of the situation, actually sensationalizing it, never actually characters never not realizing that certain things were wrong.
Get her, Jade.
I know it's a thriller, but like, Frida, where are the morals? Where are the morals? It was just it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I can understand why people who don't read this. I can understand. Because if you've never read, you're probably like, whoa. But when you start thinking about the fact that like 500,000 people have read this and it's got like a fairly good average rating and it's made it into the top 10 of this, it's absolutely diabolical. I actually have to worry for society. It reaches a point where I have to be concerned for society as a whole, reading this and enjoying it. Like, what is going on in your brains? I can understand why our two women perspectives, I can understand why our two perspectives, the teacher and the student in this, the female teacher and the student, are written the way they are. But I just think it's the easiest, worst way you could portray both of them. And it's not interesting, it's not fun, I don't have a fun time. It's 1 star. It's 1 star. Frida.
That threw me right back into the throes of PTSD.
It's actually so bad. Like, I can't even, like, I don't want to get into spoilers. I don't want to describe the plot to you. But, like, don't read it. You don't need to read it. Trust me, you don't. I'm actually trying to influence people not to read Frida. You don't need to read it. I'm still going to read The Boyfriend in this vlog. We're still going to do that. But, like, I don't know. I actually am in shock. I don't know what to say to her than it's really bad. Like, I almost don't have words that this is written and published and, like, 500,000 people read it and go, oh my god, yeah, that's great. What is wrong with the world as a whole?
I'm pissed. I'm pissed off.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm done. We're done. I actually don't have words. I can't even be a hater because I'm in shock. The epilogue, diabolical. I was already warned that the epilogue was diabolical. Just when I thought I couldn't get any worse, it got 20 times worse with the epilogue. 20 times worse. 20 times worse. Yeah. I'm furious. Anyways, I think next I'm going to pick up Listen for the Lie, which I can't show you because I'm about to film my previous video, all the books on my TBR, so it's buried somewhere here, but when I'm putting all the books away, which is going to take me hours, I will I'll start the audiobook. So I'm looking forward to that one. I feel like let's have like a fun one, and then I'll probably pick up one of the more literary ones after that. But yeah, it's unfeasibly bad, The Teacher. I actually don't have words. I'm so sorry. I don't want to even open up the part of my brain that could think about it critically because it's just like alarm bells flashing. But hopefully Listen for the Lie will be better. I am having so much fun. I'm having so much fun with this one. I'm having so much fun with this one. So, we are following a girlie who was accused of murdering her best friend 5 years ago. And she says, I don't remember anything, Chief. She was found very injured, but with injuries that also kind of correspond with the best friends that look like they maybe did them to each other, but also with a traumatic head injury. And so she has amnesia about the event, can't remember anything, and she gets fired from her job at the opening of the book because a podcast has started all about this event, and her job like, get out of here, girl. And she ends up going back to her town where the podcaster is, and things ensue from there. It's mixed media. I would recommend this is absolutely an audiobook book. Absolutely. I will hold my hands up and say I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a podcast audiobook. I can't help myself. When they have the full cast with the actors and like them talking as if how a real person talks. It's actually kind of crazy how it makes you realise how audiobooks don't talk how real people talk when they talk how a real person talks in the podcast bit. Do you know what I mean? Am I making any sense? I don't know. I feel like I'm actually too excited about this book that I need to take a moment to like gather my thoughts. So like it makes you realise like there'll be a moment where they maybe have to communicate something just through the voice because it's only voice, whereas maybe there'd be something that would be like something said in a normal book and then saying, oh, the way she said it made me think XYZ or whatever, you know? I just, I'm a sucker for it. So, I mean, they're pulling cheap tricks, but I'm a whore. I'm a whore for a podcast that's done well in a book, in an audiobook. I can't say I'm not. Yeah, there's just something about this I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying it. However, I do think it has a few issues, and let me point them out now. I don't like the amnesia. I don't like the amnesia. I don't like the amnesia storyline. I don't like that trope because also it will oh my god, her memory will suddenly come into focus when we need to solve the mystery. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Wow, that's crazy. Like, I just don't like it. I think it's cheap. And I feel like there's one other issue I'm having with it, or that I can recognize with it. There's just certain things that are happening that you're like, I don't know if that motivation makes sense, or if that reasoning makes sense, etc. However, I feel like I'm enjoying it in spite of those. I don't know how much they're currently affecting my enjoyment. I mean, that amnesia thing might, seeing how it continues, but I'm just having so much fun. I'm having a great time. Maybe it's just also having just finished Frida. I'm like, see what a book can be. Also, comparing this, for some reason in my mind, I'm really comparing this and First Lie Wins because they both got lie in the title. I just think this is such a better book. You know, it's small town, Texas, mystery, cozy mystery, little town, podcast element. I just think it's got a lot of elements of it that are fun. Do I think it's doing anything new? No. It's not doing anything new. Like, it's pulling together. It reminds me a bit of, like, what book did I say about this lately? Oh, What Lies in the Woods by K.S. Marshall. There's certain thrillers and certain mysteries that just pull elements together that I enjoy and do it well enough. You know? They grab a little bit from here, grab a little bit from here that has been done before well, grab a little from here, put it together, and I say, yeah, you've pulled that off, I'm having a fun time. It's not doing anything crazy, but I'm enjoying it. I just want to read this book. I love reading. I love mysteries, guys. Oh, I love mysteries.
I'm having fun. You have no idea. I have so much fun.
Oh, that was the other thing that was annoying me. There was another thing that was annoying me. She has this voice. She has a voice in her head telling her to kill people, and that was pissing me off a little bit. I don't like voices in heads. I remember there was one in the... I can never remember what the book is called, where there's an influencer doing over a house, and there's a voice going, don't kill me, don't kill me. And I hate when audiobook narrators put an annoying voice, but that happens in this. Now, there has just been a bit of a reasoning for the voice, but also I don't like it because it's like, oh, she killed people. Look, she's got a voice in her brain telling her to kill people. Like, I just think that's cheap. So that's the other thing I wasn't enjoying. I made the other thing up that I said secondly, because I knew there was something else. I was like grasping at straws. Those are the two things that are annoying me, but I feel like they're not detracting from my enjoyment too much. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm gonna go finish it this evening. I don't know if I'll see you this evening because I want to take my makeup off and get in my pajamas and turn the lights out. You know, it's been a day. But listen, after this we've only got 4 left, which feels doable. I mean, I think the winner gets announced tomorrow, so I won't be looking. I'm gonna wait to look at what else won this. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna wait until I finish the books, but I'm hoping it'll only take me the next couple of days. Boo. No, hello. How are we doing? Okay, I think this one is a very interesting one because I think it shoots itself in the foot. I think it has so much there for it to be a really enjoyable small town mystery thriller podcast. And it tries to undo all of its good work. You know, the things I mentioned in the previous clip still apply, the problems that I had with it then. And then there's a romance element that I didn't feel was particularly necessary, was full of plot holes because of, like, I'm not gonna tell you who, but, like, let me just tell you, the person with a profession in this would never do that because of the, well, I really don't think, it's very unlikely because of the, like, ramifications of that if it was ever to be found out, and it probably will be found out. Like, it's just stupid. I didn't enjoy the romance element, and I felt like the ending wasn't particularly well delivered, wasn't particularly well executed, and the, like, spoiler alert, the amnesia shit. The amnesia, oh my god, suddenly she remembers everything. I mean, we all knew it was coming. If there's that trope, we know it's coming. So I just think there's so much to enjoy about this. I think there's great characterization with, like, the grandma and, like, some people in town. Oh, also, I forgot. This small town, everyone's shagging each other. Everyone and their mum are sleeping with each other and cheating on each other. And, like, I don't, you know, fine, have a bit of infidelity in your story. Thrillers often have that. But, like, I couldn't keep track of it as the problem. I couldn't keep track of who was cheating on who with who, and that person slept with that, but...
Never can go herself, I'm done with her. I hate her, she's a whore, she's half of New York.
It was literally, imagine everyone having, like, 5, like, romantic subplots shooting off of them. It just feels a bit unrealistic that everyone in this small town is shagging. Everyone is cheating on each other. And, like, no one really cares. Everyone who's cheating on each other is like, yeah, whatever. I don't think there's one pairing in this who care that one or the other of them is cheating on each other. They're like, you know, whatever. We don't really like each other anyway. And that just felt very unrealistic, and I couldn't keep track. I was like, what? Since when did you sleep with that person? Apparently I missed that. Like, it just felt a little bit overdone. So I think there's so much. I'm going to give it a 4 because I still had a lot of fun reading it. I think it's well written. I think the pacing is great. I think the podcast is well implemented. The characterization is great. There's a lot I really enjoyed about this, but it tries to undo that. It's trying to make me give it a 3.5. It's really trying hard, and I'm resisting. So I'm like, I actually did enjoy you. Stop trying to undo your hard work. So that's where we are. I'm gonna put this in the ranking. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the 4 stars, so beneath How to Solve Your Own Murder, because I don't think it's as good as that. I think it is the poorest 4-star we've had so far, but it's still a 4, which is positive. I'm now going to start The God of the Woods. Let's not talk about how the winner got announced today. I'm not looking until I finish all these books. So we better get our skates on and start reading a lot. It is about 3:30. All I'm doing now is reading. So my goal is to finish this today and maybe read a bit of another book because I want to see what's won. I really want to see what's won. We got 4 books still to read, including 2 of our longer ones, which I've put off, but let's not talk about that. So I'm going to read this. I'm very excited for this one. This one's my Patreon book club pick this month, and I've heard pretty positive things so far, and I'm very interested in the kind of, it is split timeline, but it's like 10,000 timelines and 10,000 perspectives. And I'm just intrigued with it being this more literary mystery. I'm really, really, really excited for this one. I'm feeling good vibes about it. We've had some more like fun, quick, popcorny stuff. And I'm excited for something with a bit more substance. So I'll check in with you around halfway through. Like I said, I'm aiming to finish today. So hopefully I'll see you a lot today. That's the plan. But I am just going to go read. I'm doing nothing but reading for the rest of the day. So let's get into it, shall we? And see how we do with The God of the Woods. Hello. Usually I hate when I sit down here and have a ring light on, and the camera is doing a good job of like making it light, but I don't have the spoons to get my ring light out. My back. Guys, I'm doing nothing but reading these books. I have done no form of exercise. I sit at my desk and work, and I sit down and I read. And my body is screaming. My lower back, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I need to do something other than read. However, I am 200 pages. I've read the first 4 parts of The God in the Woods, but there's more. And this is interesting. So basically what we need to know is there's a girl who goes missing from a local summer camp, but that summer camp is actually on the grounds of her familial home, where years ago, before she was born, her brother went missing / maybe, I don't know, let's just say went missing. And that's what's going on. And we are following like 10,000 different perspectives, following different elements of this story. There's a lot of layers to this. There's a lot of subplots and like little elements being scattered about. We're following 10,000 characters. We're following 6 different timelines that we're dotting around, 3 of which are like months apart. They're like June, July, August of the same year that we're like going back and forth between these 10,000 perspectives, and I'm enjoying it. I'd say my attitude at the moment is like, yeah, this is good. It's good. I can see the quality of it. It's a more serious book. It's a more literary book. It's slower. You shouldn't go into this expecting anything like what we just read. You know what I mean? Listen to like, whoa! You know, like it's like, that's fast paced. This is slower. It's more subtle. There's generations of families that we're following, and they've all got these individual, well fleshed out storylines. It's actually the more you think about it, there's a lot of characters, and I think it's doing a good job of juggling them all. Do I think they all need to be there? Probably not. I think we could have cut 1 or 2. I mean, I haven't even tried to count how many perspectives we've encountered, and there'll probably be more that we haven't even encountered yet. But for the most part, I know things about each of them. I know things about their past. I know things about their present. I know parts of their personalities that would influence their decision making. So yeah, I mean, like a summer camp is a pretty like get out of jail free card setting. Like it's very already evocative, already nostalgic, already carries with it a lot of meaning and a lot of symbolism, and you know what I mean, it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So I think that element is good. I think the rich family that owns a summer camp, we're delving into a lot of their past that I'm finding interesting. Am I like, whoa, this is 5 stars? How long have I been out of focus? Has it been the whole clip? One would hope not, but it could be. In which case I want to sue for emotional damages. I'm not refilming. I don't have the spoons. Sitting on the floor, I'm like a crippled old man, like stooped. Anyways, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not like, wow, this is 5 stars. You know, I think the writing is like good. I can see it's it's very good writing, but is it like writing that I resonate with and go, oh my god, I love that? Not necessarily. So I'm gonna try and get as close to finishing it as I can tonight, and probably see you in the morning. But yeah, it's good. It's decent. It's nice. It's, you know, solid. It's solid. I'm excited to see in the second half. I feel like we've laid the groundwork for a lot of things, and I'm excited to see how they all come together. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, time. Let's talk with the God of the Woods. I really enjoyed this. I am going to give this a 4.5 stars. It really, all honesty and truthfully, it's a 4.25, but I don't do quarter ratings and I'm feeling generous. So there we are. Overall, I think this book had a wonderful atmosphere, had interesting characters, had an interesting mystery, and did a great job of balancing its multiple characters and timelines. So many people said, Megan, I don't think you're going to enjoy this because there's like 10 million timelines that all cross and intersect. And I actually think it did a really great job of, okay, here's my thing with timelines. I think my hate is dual timeline, where it's half and half and they're competing for dominance in the story. That's what I don't like. I think when it's like 10,000 timelines, I actually don't, that's not a problem for me. I don't know why, I can't explain it. Yeah, I thought I did a wonderful job. I will say, like, I think sometimes the flicking back and forth between all these perspectives and all these timelines meant that you sometimes, towards the end especially, when things really had ramifications, you missed really understanding the reasonings behind why characters did certain things. Because if you just read their chapters, right, they intersperse like 50 pages apart, you'd understand. But I think because it'd been like 50 pages, I said that, 50 pages, I think because it'd been so long since we'd read certain revelations, I had to really think about, oh, that character did that because of that. Does that make sense? But I really enjoyed this, guys. I loved Judy. Judy is my favourite character.
You are my ride or die. You're my home skillet biscuit. You know what I mean?
She is a young woman who is just become a police officer, one of the first ever female police officers, and she's really integral in this story, and I just loved her. I loved her characterization. She's very stoic, very calm, but trying to believe in herself. I thought it was a very interesting character dynamic. And like I said, the atmosphere is so wonderful. The woods, the 70s, the slight little dash of something supernatural, like a little like sometimes you think it's going to lean that way. I think it's a very strong book. I think the writing's very strong. I think character development, like I was saying, for having so many characters is very strong. I loved it. I really had a fun time reading it. So it's going to go in second place on our leaderboard, guys. Can you believe it? Second place. I don't think anyone's going to dethrone Rich Schlossman at this rate, if I'm honest with you. I feel quite safe with my vote for him. But this was still a really fun time. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what everyone in my book club says for that one as well, because it's my Patreon book club this weekend. I am now going to read and start Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I'm intrigued by this one. I've heard really good things about the audiobook for this one, so I think that's how I'm gonna listen to it. Also, I love that this isn't out in the UK, other than like the Kindle and audiobook are out, but there's no physical version of this out in the UK. So one of my patrons, Cade, very kindly sent this to me from the US. And look at this edition. I'm so obsessed. It's like a slipcover. I can't get it back in. Okay, well, you get the idea. It goes in that. How cool is that? Like a little, like, video cassette tape sleeve, because like it looks like a VHS. I haven't heard great things about Geneva Rose's past books, I feel like The Perfect Marriage. I don't know. I'm tentative about this one. We'll see what we think, but I think it should be a pretty quick read, and I've heard great things about the audiobook. I think it's full cast. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it. Hello friends. So I've ended up reading the entirety of Home is Where the Bodies Are without a midpoint check-in because it was short. This vlog is already probably 10 years long and I don't have a lot to say about it, if I'm honest with you. In this, we're following 3 siblings whose mother has just passed away. They go to the house to, you know, sort through all their things, sort through her death, her funeral arrangements, etc. And they find a VHS tape of a night in 1999 that none of them remember, but the dad is on camera. Her mum loved filming, right? So they've got all these VHS tapes, and her dad is on camera, and there's a dead body. The dead body of a girl they knew.
I'm shocked! This is shocking news! Shocking! I'm shocked!
So that's a bit suspicious. I'm giving this 2.5. I don't think it's quite bad enough to give it a 2, but it's getting 2.5. Hence, it's going to be second to bottom on our listing so far. I just found this boring. I don't know if this is going from the God of the Woods, which is so many characters, so much going on in it, so many little plots going on, so many little subplots. I felt like this was pretty empty. I felt like the actual core of the story, nothing happens, and it's quite boring. We have these 3 main characters. We have the three siblings, and I just felt like the story actually, when you think about it, what actually happens, not a lot. And I felt like the author kept writing stuff out. Like, every moment that happens, we'd have a paragraph on how that feels. And it just felt like too much. I don't know, like, just to pad out the page count. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a very simple idea that's been stretched beyond its capabilities, really. I don't know. I just found it very, very boring and very lackluster and very meh.
You've been very, very harsh.
Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Very harsh.
I don't think it has a very strong atmosphere either. Like, some of the other books we've really enjoyed have a very, very strong atmosphere, and I don't feel like it's got that going for it. Honestly, what has it got going for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's got going for it. I don't really have much to say. I just found it very, 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 very lackluster. I also think it's very predictable. I also think, you know, you can see where this is going a mile off. I didn't feel like any of the characters really had a lot of development. I don't like this. Is it a 2? I don't think it's that bad. What have I given a 2? No, I'm going to stick to a 2.5, but I might round it down on Goodreads. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see where this makes it in the top 10. I thought this was one of the books that was kind of skirting not making the top 10, and I'm surprised that this made it in over Nita Prose, over Riley Sager, because I just think it's a whole lot of nothing. It's interesting. I feel very similar about this and First Light Wins. I just think maybe they're not my kind of books either. So there we go. So I'm going to start All the Colours of the Dark next. Hello, friends. I'm going to tell you the plot of this book, and then I'm going to tell you something. Okay. So this plot is, we are in 1970s America somewhere. Side note, I realised I'm reading so many more America books doing this Goodreads Choice Awards video in quick succession than I would usually. Usually I guess I'm reading some fantasy in between, but like nowhere else in my spreadsheet, apart from when I did the Real Housewives books vlog, do you see USA as the location for all these books. It's in this town where a lot of girls seem to be missing either in or nearby this town, and we're kind of reading from the perspective of a young girl called Saint, whose best friend Patch confronts a man who's trying to kidnap a girl and ends up being kidnapped himself, and it's her in the aftermath of that trying to find him, trying to get him back, trying to raise money to get him back, but also learning about their friendship and learning about them as people. And yes, I'll just tell you that I'm doing something controversial. I'm soft DNFing this book.
What's gonna happen? Gonna shoot me? I doubt it. They have to catch me first. I'm like a whippet.
Okay, listen guys, I always want to read the whole top 10. However, I'm reading this and something about the writing style is really, really not working for me right now. Really not working for me right now. Like, I'm reading the words and they're going in, but I'm not getting what we're putting down. I'm not getting why we're reading this. Like, it's having no emotional resonance in me. Like, I have always said, I say this like once a month, but you have writing, character, and plot. And everyone orders them a different way. For me, it's writing, plot, character in terms of what is it your enjoyment of a book most dependent on. And for me, it's always writing. Writing for me is a first barrier when it comes to books. And if I'm just not vibing with the writing, I can't get on with anything else. And for some reason, right now, I'm not vibing with the writing. However, I'm not DNFing this because I've seen so many people love it. And I'm just hoping, like I did with The Will of the Many, where I soft DNF'd it last year and then read again this year. Granted, I gave it 3.5. But I know I enjoyed it a lot more doing that than forcing reading it at the wrong time. There's just something about it right now that I'm not vibing with. And I actually do want to enjoy this book. And I want to give it a go because I've seen some people enjoying it. But I just know right now, this month, next couple weeks isn't the right time. Because yeah, I got about 100 pages in. So I read like a decent amount. 100 pages isn't bad, although this is quite long. Yeah, I got 100 pages in and I felt like I was just forcing myself to read the words for this video. you know? And you guys always tell me to DNF. I hate DNFing. I'm not a good DNFer. I DNF probably like 5 books a year. I hate DNFing, but I can't. So I don't really want to put it on the leaderboard because I only read 100 pages and there's no way, I mean, DNF, you think it should go last, but there's no way in hell I'm putting it below the teacher. I can't do that. There's no way I'm putting it below the teacher. So I'm just gonna change the leaderboard to 9. I'm sorry, guys. I want to read it, like I want it, the completionist in me, but it's just, I want to actually have a chance of enjoying the book, and I know right now I do not. However, I'm not about to let myself DNF 2 books in the same video, so by doing that, I am cursing myself to having to read the entirety of The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I don't know the plot of this, I don't want to know the plot of this, but at least this is quick, and I know the writing isn't a barrier because the writing is so nothing sauce that whatever, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? I'm gonna go read The Boyfriend tonight, and I will see you tomorrow, probably with my thoughts on this, but I'm not holding out a ton of hope. Imagine if this wins. I would do unspeakable things. So I finished it, but at what cost? Was I regretting my decision to soft DNF all the colours? Well, a little bit, but I still think that was the right decision for me to actually have a chance of enjoying that book one day. This one, I had no chance of enjoying this book any day.
No, it's true. No, it's true.
This crosses a line.
Go ahead. No, this is real.
Go ahead.
Am I gonna be generous and give this a 2? It's a 1.5. I gotta be honest with myself. I don't get it. The plot of this, I promise you guys, I read every single page of this, all 359 pages of this with my eyeballs. Well, that's a little bit of a lie. I listened to the audiobook for some of it. But I promise you, I did this. I served my time. Putting 2 Fridas in the top 10, although it means hopefully, if one of these is 1, I may quit YouTube forever.
Thank God.
I'm being deadly sick. We're about to find out. That's strong words, but surely one of them can't win if both are in the top 10. Anyways, but it's diabolical making me read 2 Frida McFaddens. Frida McFadden's been one of my most read authors this year, because I don't really read a lot of multiple authors in a year. Anyways, we are following Sydney, who's dating in New York. She meets a guy and she starts dating him and he seems perfect, but there's been a lot of women dying around the place lately who go on dates, and maybe there's something dodgy with him, is basically the plot. And it's boring. I don't get it. I don't get why Frida has everyone in a chokehold. I can't understand it. Frida defenders, you know, like I'm a Lucy Foley defender. Frida defenders, I will not judge you.
But I did tell a bit of a lie there.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Is it because they're like easy to read? Easy and quick to read? Is that it? I don't get it. I was bored out of my mind the entire time reading this book. I had to force myself through it. Her writing is just, I mean, like I said, I knew I wasn't going to have a problem with the writing like I did with All the Colours Dark, because the writing is nothingness. It has no flavour to it. Flavourless. It's got no flavour to it. It's so bottom of the barrel level, bottom of the barrel, and she says, what stereotypical thriller trope can I pull on today that's been done 10,000 times before? There's nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit, same old fucking shit. Like, I hate it. I hate it. It's had a little twist at the end that was fun. Okay, one little twist at the end that was fun. I'll give it that. That's why it's 1.5 and not 1. And it wasn't like offensive. It wasn't offensively bad, but it's bad. I don't understand what any of you get from reading Frida. There's people who really enjoy her. There's people who I have a similar reading taste to in mysteries and thrillers who enjoy her well enough. I hate them. And I wish I didn't. I want to, you know, go into this video enjoying all the books. That's what I want. But I didn't. I hate it. I think it's just so bad. I think it's so bad. So that's enough on that. I promise you, I read every single. Some of you may think I'm lying, because I haven't said anything about it. What is there to say? What is there to say? What is there to say? It's so bad. Let's go find out the winner. I've been waiting a long time. Let's go find out the winner. Okay, here we are. One thing I wanted to say about All the Colours of the Dark that I remembered I didn't was that I felt like this was falling into a narrative that I had last year. Where last year there were 2 more literary historical books on the list. One that I loved, Bright Young Women, and one that I found incredibly boring and didn't understand why it had been put in this category, Homecoming. And I felt like we had that again with The God of the Woods, which I loved. And then this, I was feeling like it's boring and I don't understand why it's in the mystery category. So I just didn't want the narrative to repeat itself for a second year. And I thought if I removed from this video, you know, it may have a chance of the narrative not repeating itself again. I don't know. I want to give this a second chance. I'm sorry I DNF'd it. I feel like I've let you down and the video down, but I want to enjoy this book, and the first 100 pages just really didn't do it for me. However, this is my ranking of the 9 books that we ended up reading in this video. It's very inconvenient that the 2 paperbacks at the bottom, but I mean, it's Frida. So this is my ranking. I don't know what's gonna win, because I thought First Lie Wins was going to win, but I got that so low down and it just doesn't have winner energy to me. I would love if something from my top 3 would win. I don't know if any of these scream winner to me. These are like my favourites, because we've got, this is a 4-star, but it's the top 4-star, and then we've got a 4.5 and a 5, you know? The other 4s, I don't know, I just don't think they'll win. Okay, I need to record my screen. Guys, I've been waiting 3 days for this. I'm 3 days late. The winners have been out for 3 days, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. I've been waiting it's been so hard. I've also got to try and not look at the other winners, because I'm going to be doing a video reading them next year, and in January, and I want to react to them separately. So I've got to try and click on and not look. Mystery and thriller. Okay. I might have just seen one romance, but I avoided everything else. Okay, it's on my screen. It's on my screen. I'm not ready. I can't. Okay, let's look. No way. Oh my god! Oh my god. 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 I have no words. Yes! Okay. Okay, let me just look at this top 4. The God of the Woods won. Out of that top 4, I feel like God was looking down on me. I'm not even religious anymore, but I just feel like I feel blessed. No way. I really didn't think this would win. So First Lie Wins came second, which is my prediction, and the 2 Frida votes did cancel each other out, because between them, she has over 100,000 votes. So they did cancel. Oh my god, I actually have to be thankful for having to read 2 Fridas, because otherwise Frida would have won if we only had 1 Frida. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The God of the Woods won. Okay, I'm happy with that. I gave this 4.5. I really enjoyed it. That is a result. What? Where did We Solve Murders? Oh, We Solve Murders is quite low down. Oh, 43. Listen for the Light. All the Colors of Dark came 5th. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that at some point. Home is Where the Bodies Are. Okay, this is the one I thought was unlikely. Middle of the Night. See, these were the 2 that I was shocked didn't make it into the top 10. And they came 11th and 12th, so that makes sense. And the Midnight Feast, Lucy Foley's down low. Wow. Her last book came 3rd. That's crazy. Okay, wow. The God of the Woods won. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. That's such a good result. Out of all of my ones, you know, that top 4. Dear God. Dear God. Oh my goodness. I'm really, really happy with that. I wish Richard Osman could have made it a bit higher, but it didn't have the series recognition that the Thursday Murder Club had, and people would just vote for it even if, you know, they hadn't read that installment yet. I'm really happy. So there we have it, friends. That is a result. I feel like that's ending this video on a good note. Not me finding out Frida won like last year. That is a result. I feel like evil has been vanquished. No offense, Frida. and a good book won. A good book, a literary mystery. Oh, also, can I just say it's interesting? If you look at my rankings, like, it's literally mystery and thriller. Mystery and thriller, cut in half. I just like all the mystery ones. Maybe I'm not a thriller reader anymore. Maybe I just don't like thrillers. It's a possibility. Wow. Okay, I'm very happy. So there we have it, friends. I won't keep harping on for long because I imagine this video is 10 years long already. So thank you for sticking around to the end if you have. Thank you so much for watching. This video is one of my favourite videos to make every single year. And I had a lot of fun doing it. So let me know if you've read any of these, what your favourite was. Obviously, We Solve Murders was my favourite, but this was my second favourite. That feels like such a win. So yeah, let me know if you've read any of these and your thoughts. If you disagree with me on any of them, Frida Defenders again, I'll be willing to hear you out with no judgment. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye!